everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica. On today's video, we're going to be doing another Foundation Friday. And on today's video is the Lorac Sheer POREfection Foundation. I did pick this up recently from Ulta. It was on sale, so I figured, I'll give it a try, right? I do buy a lot of foundations, and I almost never use them up. In fact, I don't know that I've ever used a single foundation up, and that is bad. That is very bad. I'm trying, though. I have 2 foundations, technically 3 foundations in my project pan for 2019, and I am trying. So, all right, this is the Lorac Sheer POREfection Foundation. I do have the Lorac website up right now. There is only 8 shades. There's only 8 shades. I have it in PS1 Fair, and the description on this says, "Perfect with Sheer POREfection Foundation. This oil, paraben, and fragrance-free makeup is infused with anti-aging antioxidants of vitamins A and E, olive leaf extract, lemon fruit extract, and papaya fruit extract to help soothe, nourish, and rejuvenate. The lightweight formula helps keep skin healthy, youthful, and radiant with a clean, better-than-natural, no-makeup look and feel. Get a poreless-looking, silky smooth finish and achieve complexion POREfection with Lorac." So it only has 1 review on the website and it's 5 stars. But let's go ahead and give this a try. Before I started the camera, I have sprayed my face with the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist, and I've used the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. Those are my typical products that I put on my face when I'm doing a foundation review. I will also be using the same powders that I normally use. So I do feel like I've got something starting here on my nose. It's very, very red. Let's hope this will cover it. So I'm gonna get this open. So this is what the bottle looks like. It has 1.2 fluid ounces in it, and on the Lorac website it is $32. I think I paid somewhere in the $26 or $27 range. It wasn't like half off or anything like that, or maybe it was. I can't remember how much I paid for it. But I did buy this at Ulta. So I did already do a patch test of this. It is a little bit dark, but I figured as I used it, because it's a sheer, it might look okay. So I'm going to be using the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 on the right side of my face, as well as the Beauty Blender on the left side of my face. And let's go ahead and blend this in. All right, with my brush, I'm getting some streaking, especially on my nose. The rest of it looks okay. I'm actually amazed at how much I was able to build it up on my cheek a little bit here as well. But I'm amazed at how much coverage I do actually have. Now, it's not a BB cream or CC cream. It is a foundation, so I probably shouldn't be that amazed. But I am, because I expected it to be a lot less coverage because of how thin the consistency is. So, all right, I have a little bit left on my hand, but that's definitely not enough. I'm going to go ahead and squirt 2 pumps out, and I'm going to be using my Beauty Blender on the other side of my face. All right, I am struggling with the sponge. It keeps pulling the foundation up. Like I'm able to put it down, and then as I'm going over it with a sponge, it is actually pulling the foundation up. And I'm having a heck of a time getting it to stick to my nose. Like, it is not wanting to stick to my nose at all. Which I do sometimes have issues with, depending on the foundation. But this is unusual for it to be this difficult to get it to stick to my nose. It does happen every once in a while, but it's not usually this bad. And like I said, the sponge, like I will put it on this side and then put it on this side, and I'll just take it right off. I used 4 pumps on the left side of my face. I'm going to use about just a little bit. It's not even a full pump because I had that one really, really red spot on my nose. I'm just tapping this like ever so lightly on my face to try to not pull it back up again. Just in the spots where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. And it just pulls it right up off my nose. This is frustrating. All right. Actually, now that it's on my face, it looks almost like it's a little bit too pale. When I did a patch test, I thought it might be a little bit too dark, but it's actually looking a little bit too pale. So, interesting. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be powdering this. Let's see. My nose is itchy already. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Maybe I put too much on. I don't know, but I think it's looking really, really pretty and radiant right now. To be honest with you, I think the finish of it right now is absolutely beautiful, but I am going to be putting powder on because I just have to tap my face and it just comes right up. So, all right. The time now is 10:20. We're going to call 10:30 the check-in time, so I'll be checking in at 2:30 and then again at 6:30. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on and I will be right back. All right, y'all, I am back. It is 10:52, but we are calling 10:30 the check-in time. I was listening to some YouTube videos and stuff, so I was taking a little bit longer on my makeup than I normally would, but that's okay. So let's talk about everything that's on my face. I have a bunch of stuff laying all over my table. I should have cleaned it up before I turned the camera back on, and I did not. So on my lips, I have the Buxom Plump Line Lip Liner in Cloak and Dagger on the bottom, and then over top of it, I have this Marc Jacobs, what is this called? Le Marc Liquid Lip Crayon in the shade Ready to Go. This was a limited edition. It only came in this little 3-pack at the holiday season. I wish that they would put this out in a full size because I would buy this in a full size. I love this shade. It looks fantastic on me. This is like my favorite red that I've ever owned in my entire life. And it's comfortable and everything. So I do wear it with a liner just because it is so creamy that if I don't, it will migrate everywhere because I have a lot of lines on my lips. Okay. I have my 2 powders that I normally wear. This is the Mineral Face Powder. This is the Mineral Correcting Powder from Physicians Formula. I dip into both and then powder everything. On my face, I have my Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in Tantastic. I'm sure you guys have probably seen this before. I don't know why I keep it in the box. I think it's just because I spent so much money on it that I'm like, oh, I have to keep the packaging. But that's what that is. That is just on my cheeks. I didn't bronze anywhere else today because I felt, honestly, as I wore this, the longer it sat on my skin, I feel like it did oxidize a little bit because I did think it was too light when I first put it on, but now I think it's just fine and I only bronzed my cheeks. So all right. Then I have my Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Party. And my Pixie Aspen Ovard Glowy Powder in London Luster. This is no longer made, but I adore it, so I keep using it. Okay. I sprayed my face down with my MAC Fix Plus in the lavender scent. I have my Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer on my lids. I do film my videos not in chronological order, especially my foundation reviews. I kind of film them when I can fit them in a day. So other videos that are more pressing as far as like timelines and stuff, like my Project Pan check-ins, I might get rid of this in my next Project Pan check-in, which I'm filming later on today. So if you don't see this again, or if I've already told you that I got rid of it, that's why, because I film my videos not in chronological order. All right. On my lids, I have the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place. I am really enjoying Juvia's Place a lot. This is my second palette that I've purchased. I do also have a mini palette from them. I have the shade Ahosi. I'm going to pronounce all these wrong, and I apologize. I just don't know. But I have Ahosi all over my lid. I have Cano in my crease. I have Bakwa on my lid. I have Morami on my inner corner. I have Mino in my outer corner, and then I have Kano and Mino just on my lower lash line. Because I knew I was going with a red lip, I wanted to go a little bit more on the neutral-y side. I know it's not really neutral, but whatever. I just don't know anymore. And then I have my Benefit Roller Lash on my lashes. Oh, and in my brows, I have my e.l.f. brow pencil. Don't remember. Oh, it's in the shade Taupe. All right, let's go ahead and talk about my foundation. I'm going to zoom you in and we will talk about it. Looking at it about a half an hour in, right? I think it was about 10:20 when I finished putting everything on, 10:30 when I finished, you know, with everything, my entire face look. Half an hour in or so, it's looking all right. I feel like it looks almost like a mask right now, like it's sitting on top of my skin, not melted into my skin or blended into my skin. And that might be that I put too much on. I'm not sure, because this is supposed to be a sheer foundation, and I did use a lot, especially on the side of my face that I used the sponge on, because I felt like I kept pulling it up. So I did use quite a bit. I think my chin looks okay. I have a feeling this is going to be wearing off throughout the day. I don't know if you guys, you know, you've ever tried a foundation where you're like, this is going to wear off throughout the day. I think that's where I'm at with this foundation. Just the way it's sitting on my chin, you know, like even like right in here, there's one spot that looks like it's already starting to wear off. I think it looks okay on my forehead. I think on my cheeks, it looks okay. My chin's not fantastic. My nose, the pores are really starting to come in or come out. I don't know. How would you say that? Come out, come in. But in my problem area, which is around my mouth, it's not looking fantastic. It's really starting to get into some of my imperfections. And I specifically use the Tatcha primer every time I do a foundation review because I know how it works with my skin. I do not use a pore filling primer, which would probably help with some of those issues around my mouth where I have a lot of acne scarring and just more lines. I have a lot of lines around my mouth. So I purposely do not use a pore filling primer because I use that Tatcha one because I know how it works on my skin. So yeah, I feel like it's making my mouth look older than it really is, if that makes sense. I don't know, maybe it doesn't make sense, but I feel like it's making the skin around my mouth look older than it is. Anyway, on the rest of my face, it looks okay, but I really feel like this is going to be one of those foundations that wears off as the day goes on. We shall see. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. I will check in at 2:30 and then again at 6:30. I will see you in just a moment. All right, y'all. It's time for my midday check-in. Hold on, let me turn my air off. I'm in the car, obviously. It is 2:59. I'm a little bit late, but it is very, very windy outside, so I'm not going to get out of the car, but I'm going to try to show you what this looks like. Let's see if I can get a good close-up of what this looks like midday. My nose. My lipstick's wearing off. It's doing pretty good, actually, considering. I'm going to go ahead and shut my sunroof so I get consistent lighting. There we go. So I'm looking in my visor mirror. So I definitely have it caking up around the sides here, around my nose. My chin, it's not doing horribly on my chin. Like I thought it would be doing worse. It does just sort of look like it's like fading, if that makes sense. But my biggest problem with it is that it looks like it's sitting on top of my skin. I don't know if you guys can tell that. It looks like it's sitting on top of my skin. So whereas some foundations look like it just melts into my skin and it's part of my skin, this one does look like it's kind of sitting on top. And things like this, where it's like caking up in my nose crease and then like around my mouth, that's where I'm really seeing it. So, you know, we're only 4.5 hours in, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of the day. It's kind of warm. Well, in the car it's warm. It's low 60s right now, so it's not like super hot outside, but it is kind of warm in the car. I just got in the car, so I would have filmed this outside the car, except like I said, it's pretty windy. So anyway, that's where we're at midday, and we'll see you guys in another 3.5 hours or so. Bye. All right, everybody, I'm back. It is 8:07. I am an hour and a half late. I just am. Let's talk about this foundation. You are zoomed in as far as my camera will take you. My sunglasses took some of the foundation off, which, you know, that's pretty normal, but I'm not sure how much the camera will pick up. If you see below where my sunglasses were, it is pretty wiped off right in here. Again, I don't know how much the camera will pick it up, but there's like a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, about a dime size area below my nose piece. Like, so that's where my nose piece sits. Right below it, right in here, it's just kind of worn off, and I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. It is kind of starting to wear off on my chin as well, especially like right in here. It's just starting to wear off there. My face is shiny. My skin is shiny. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good on my forehead. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good on my cheeks, but my chin and around my mouth and even a little bit on like the sides of my nose, I'm just not real happy with the way it wore. I feel like a lot of foundations are coming out with like non-transferring and, you know, stuff like that, that I really struggle with foundations that can't figure that out. And I'm on year 2 now doing foundation reviews, and, you know, as I'm working through foundations, I'm honestly losing some patience with foundations that are going to transfer and are going to move. I mean, my nose is transferring like crazy right now. And I mean, I know I've had it on for what, 9.5 hours, but I have some foundations that I can wear that do not transfer at all. I'm looking at buying, you know, the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation. They have expanded their shade range again, and I'm thinking about trying the new lightest shade, but that stuff did not transfer. I have another foundation. I'm trying to remember the brand. I forget what the brand was, but there's another foundation that I have. It was a higher end brand. I want to say Dior, but I'm not sure if that's correct. Anyway, I have another foundation that I've tried that is also very transfer resistant. So, you know, there are definitely transfer resistant foundations out there. And I don't have a lot of patience with foundations that are this much transferring. I mean, I'm just going to put my hands on my face, and it's mostly, honestly, it's mostly transferring like on my fingers here around my nose. So it's not really transferring too much across the rest of my face. Well, pretty much anywhere my chin too. Pretty much anywhere my natural oils have come through, it's transferring like on my fingers there. So I don't know. I struggle with that. I struggle with that, especially since there's other foundations that you can get that are not transfer. Anyway, do I think this foundation is bad? I would say no. I feel like it has sort of done a better job of not looking so mask-like as the day has gone on. I think it's worn not terribly. I mean, was complaining about my chin. I don't feel like it's worn terribly on my chin. It's just not, it has not worn as well as I would have liked it to, if that makes sense. Overall, would I recommend this as something that you need to go out and get? No, I would not recommend this as something you need to go out and get. This is an older foundation. I think it came out like 2 or 3 years ago. So if you haven't tried it yet, probably you're not going to at this point, unless you see it on sale. Do I think it's horrible? No. But take into account that, you know, if you wear glasses or sunglasses, it's going to wipe off. You're going to have some areas where this is going to fade quicker than you probably want it to. So that is my first impression of the Lorac Sheer POREfection foundation. And I'm assuming because it's called POREfection, it's supposed to blur pores. This didn't blur my pores either. No. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when I upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below as well. I really do appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye!